The Juggernaut one-shot, which was published in 1997, witnessed Juggernaut's first solo adventure, which was written by Joe Kelly and penciled by Duncan Rollo, one of Ben 10 creators. The book opened in New Mexico, in a bar where people were drinking and enjoying their time, when they heard someone coming their way and got prepared to kick him out. Marvin Roxalt broke into the bar uninvited and started making trouble. But the unlucky bully did not notice the Juggernaut drinking in the bar, who told Marvin that he was enjoying the music, but Marvin just ruined it, and that he owed him a quarter. Marvin then dared Juggernaut to stand up and to take the quarter from him. But poor Marvin found himself in a bad situation when he found that he was going to get smashed by a muscular giant in red helmet and armor. Juggernaut knocked Marvin out of the bar, while the owner called 911 and told them to get big guns. But Juggernaut wasn't satisfied and went to smash Marvin's truck in front of the owner, who did not believe his eyes. Juggernaut then got into the bar and started drinking again, telling the owner that he just wanted a nice night to himself. But he was interrupted by Alex, a hot blonde who was sitting in there and saw what Juggernaut did to that bully and his truck. Juggernaut said that his mother once told him to stay away from girls like Alex, but his mother is dead now. Leaving the bar, Juggernaut told Alex that he felt like it was the beginning of a destructive relation between them both. He then told her about his past and how he found the Gem of Sitarak, which granted him magical superpowers. But they did not know that Despair was watching them from his hidden dungeon. The demon said that his sister Alex will seek him out as soon as Juggernaut falls under her thrall, and vowed that this wasn't gonna pass as she planned. The demon and his minions then went into the portal and teleported to New Mexico, where the police arrived at the bar and tried to figure things out. The officer, who thought that it wouldn't get any worse that night, found himself face to face with despair. Meanwhile, Juggernaut was bragging and lying about how he beat Onslaught, when actually it was Onslaught who severely beat him. Alex then said that she has a brother who needs to get beaten up, but she could never do it alone. Suddenly, they were interrupted by the arrival of the officer and the people who were mind-controlled by despair. The officer told Juggernaut to kill all the people, who were also asking Juggernaut to kill them. Alex realized what happened and knew that it was her brother Despair who turned the people suicidal this way. He finally found her, but she was still too weak to confront him. She then told Juggernaut that the date was over. She said that her brother came back to kill her and that she doesn't know what to do. Juggernaut told her to say his name, then to step out of his way. Suddenly, Black Tom Cassidy appeared from nowhere, and Juggernaut introduced him to Alex. Tom then scolded Juggernaut for breaking into this town and for lying about beating Onslaught just to impress the girl. He then said that he was mad for what she did to Juggernaut and blasted her away, revealing her true identity as the demon Spite. Juggernaut felt disappointed and upset cause he was fooled by Spite, who wanted to use him as a pawn in her plan. Tom then angered Juggernaut when he said that he was worthless compared to his brother Charles, forcing Juggernaut to knock him away and to accidentally injure him. Juggernaut thought that he killed his friend, who started unleashing energy. He then took it out on Spite, remarking that it was her fault. She blasted him, and that was when Despair dropped the disguise of Tom Cassidy and revealed his true identity. He told Spite that he was impressed that she managed to escape from the Ruby of Sitarak, but he would spend the time torturing her to death. Spite explained to Juggernaut that there was no Tom Cassidy and that it was an illusion from the very beginning. Despair then said that he and his sister thrive on the energy of human misery, as it is the source of their power. The energy he consumed from Juggernaut is equal to the misery of 1,000 cities combined. Spite wanted to turn Juggernaut into an agent of vengeance, but she instead supplied Despair with unlimited power. Juggernaut did not believe that he would get weakened from Despair consuming his feelings, but Spite explained that when Juggernaut destroyed the Ruby of Sitorak and released the demons, his soul became the vessel for its might. Therefore, feeding on Juggernaut's power means feeding on the Ruby's power, but Juggernaut did not back off and told Despair that he messed with the wrong guy. Spite, however, told Juggy that he can't defeat someone using his own power against him. Juggernaut did not want to listen to Spite and knocked her away with his finger before turning his attention to Despair and attacking him, but he just went through his body without hurting him and crashed into a large bowl of molten steel which poured on him. But that did not slow him down, remarking that no one hurts the Juggernaut, but Despair told Juggernaut that he was nothing to him, before containing Spite in an energy bubble and tossing her at Juggernaut, then left the place. Spite told Juggernaut that this wasn't supposed to happen and that Despair was never that powerful. She can't defeat her brother, not even with Juggernaut on her side, but Juggernaut became enraged when she said that her brother always wins, reminding him of his toxic relation with his brother. Meanwhile, and after feeding on Juggernaut's power, Despair led his minions to control the world, beholding the gateway to oblivion, and remarking that when the conduit is complete, the demons will conquer the world and serve his will. But he was interrupted by Juggernaut, who came back for round 2. Despair blasted Juggernaut, remarking that it was time to finish him, but that wasn't enough to finish Juggy, who said that he felt Despair all his life and learned to deal with it. Life is pain, and pain leads to despair, and the only way to beat despair is through rage, which feeds the unstoppable Juggernaut. Although despair ripped Juggernaut's flesh and reduced him to a skeleton, he did not yield, and grabbed the demon. Despair was in shock to see Juggernaut still moving. Spite then intervened and started draining Despair's power, remarking that his focus on the Juggernaut left him wide open. She then tossed her brother into the portal, which he could not keep open to let the demons getting through. The portal then closed and Despair vanished. Juggernaut told Spite that he wasn't going to yield, even though she drained all his power, but Spite did not want to fight Juggernaut and cast a spell which restored him. He was surprised that she spared him and granted him back his power, but Spite said that although she thought about destroying him, she was still obliged to repay debts. Juggernaut saved her life, so she spared his. She then kissed him on his helmet and flew away. The officer and the bar's owner, who were freed of Despair's control, arrived and thanked Juggernaut for saving their lives and the whole town, calling him a hero, remarking that they wanted to show him gratitude. I got Despair's action figure a couple of days ago and thought that it would be nice to review his battle against the Juggernaut. I am not a huge fan of the cartoonish artwork, but all in all, I like the book. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.